Hello and welcome to A Gateway Gamer. My name is Barry Reynolds and this is the Pack O Game line, a micro games collection by Chris Handy. Okay, these will be on Kickstarter starting August 4th. And there are a variety of different games in this Pack O Game line. First we have Fly, the set collecting dexterity game where players are trying to swat at flies on a picnic table. Players will score points from these flies by collecting sets of either colors or symbols. The player with the most points will win the game. Next we have TKO, a two-player boxing game where players will reveal of whether they're going to punch or block at the same time. If a punch lands and it's unblocked, the player gets a point. If a punch is thrown and it's blocked, the opposite player gets a point. Okay? First player to get the 5 points wins the round. The best 2 out of 3 rounds wins the game. Next we have Hue, a colorful tile laying game. At the beginning of the game, every player will select a card that they want to use to score at the end of the game. Colors in the center of these cards are worth double points. Okay, players will continue to lay down tiles, trying to get the most continuous line of a color to score the maximum amount of points. Okay, but players also have the opportunity to poison somebody else's line, blocking them from collecting those points. At the end of the game, the player with the longest continuous line will be able to add points for that type of color, and then once you add up all your points, the player with the most points wins the game. And the final game in the Pack O Game Kickstarter set is Gem. Gem is a game where players will bid on gems, trying to become the jeweler with the most gems. Throughout the game, they will be able to bid on gems by either using coins or gems. Players want to collect as many sets of these different types of gems as possible to gain points. At the end of the game, players will get 1 point for each gem in their collection. Players will also get 2 points if they share a majority with another player of a certain gem. And they will get 3 points for each collection of gems if they have the sole majority. You add up the scores, and whoever has the most points wins the game. Now, as a stretch goal, Chris will be offering Taj. Now, all the components on the game I'm going to show in this video are just prototypes, made by Chris himself, actually. The final game will have better quality cardstock and a better quality tuck box. So, let's take a look at Hue. Hue is a 2-pip game in the Pack O Game series, which means it's intermittent. It's a little more challenging than the casual games. Okay, folks, here we go. We're going to set up Hue, the colorful tile laying game. Now, in the box, you'll get these starter cards, which have this little symbol on the bottom. Okay, the bottom left corner. I'm sorry, right corner. I'm looking at them upside down. Alright. So, with these starter cards, what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle these guys up here, okay? And we're going to draw 3 of these, and we're going to place them out in the center of the table where everybody can reach them. You know, everybody can see them and reach them. And then we're just going to return the other 2 to the box. Okay, once we do that, we're going to line them up on a diagonal, okay? As you can see, each card is split up into several sections, which is defined by this white line. Okay, we're going to line one square up with another, offsetting it by 1 square. Okay, and we're going to do that with all 3 cards. Okay, and this will be the main play area. Then the game comes with these poison cards, which has this skull and crossbones symbol in the bottom right corner. Okay, we're going to take these, we're going to give these a shuffle, and we're going to give each player 1 of these cards. Okay, we're going to return the rest of the box, then won't be used for the game. Now, the color cards, the main cards in the game, come in 2 different types. We have ones with rectangles in each section of the card, and then ones with just 3 boxes. Okay, there's a various number of each of these in the stack. Okay, we're going to give these a shuffle. Once we give these cards a shuffle, we will deal out a number of cards depending on the player count. If it's 2 to 4 players, each player will get 5 of these color cards. Okay, and that will give us a total of 6 cards with the poison card. If it is a 5-player game, then you would only deal 4 of these color cards out for a total of 5, including the poison card. Okay. Any additional cards, return to the box. They won't be used for the game. Now, the object of Hue is to have the most continuous line of a certain color, and you will gain points for each of the rectangles in that continuous line of colors. Or if you play these squares, you'll get 3 points for each square. Okay? So what will happen is, on a player's turn, a player will look at their cards, their color cards, and their poison card, and they will select one of these that they want to use to score at. Okay? Now, depending on which card they choose, they're going to want and try and make a continuous color line of those colors on the card. Alright, so say this player selected this card to score on. Okay, so that player wants to make colors in blue, green, and purple. So, what they would do then is they would take a card from their hand and they would line it up where at least one face of the card is touching another face of another card. Okay, like so. Okay, so now this player here would score 1, 2, 3, 4 points because she has 4 rectangles of the green. And then the next player would go. Okay, so let's say this player here selected this card to score off of. Okay, this player would want to collect yellow, green, and blue continuous lines of a color. Okay, so let's say that they played this card here. Okay, and they played it like this. Okay, and again, just like with the green one, if they scored this card at the end of the game, they get 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Okay, and then the play would pass to the next player. You can cover cards with other cards. Say at some point in the game I figured out that the other player is trying to score points with, let's say, yellow. Okay, they did some kind of configuration like this. Alright, and I wanted to stop them from gaining points here. And remember, I want to get green points. So let's say I took this card here. I could cover this card up here, blocking their configuration with the yellow colors, and continuing on with my green color. Okay, could always cover one square though. Now the poison cards work a little differently. Okay, say I've seen that the other player is trying to score off these blue colors. Okay, what I would do if I wanted to block them is I would lay the poison symbol somewhere in that chain of colors, and what that does is basically null out the points for that color. Okay, in that continuous color formation. So if I placed the poison card here with the poison symbol on that particular color that the other player is trying to score, they would get 0 points for that chain of colors in that section of the board. However, if they were playing somewhere else, they could score points with another chain of the blue color in this example. Okay, so this will go on until players only have one card left. At this point, players will score their colors depending on where on that final card that color lays. For the top and bottom colors, you would multiply your points by 1. For the middle color, you would multiply your points by 2. Okay, now to score, you would take the most continuous line of a particular color. Okay, so here we have the longest green. However, it was poison, so it's worth nothing. So we would move on to the next green, which is here. Okay, and for every square you get 3 points. For every rectangle you get 1 point. So the player would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 points. Okay, now since this player has green in the middle of her card, she would multiply that by 2, getting 14 points. While I would only get 7 points because green is on the bottom of my card. And then we would move on to the next color, okay, on our card. Players can share colors in the continuous line and score no matter who laid what card down. So the player with the most points wins the game. If there's a tie, the star player wins. And that is how you play Hue. Who are we, Jennifer?
We're Barry and Jennifer Reynolds, Mr. and Mrs. A Gateway Gamer.
Okay, and what are we playing today, Jennifer?
Hue.
Hue? What is hue?
Well, it's another word for color.
That is true, yes. What is the game Hue?
We have to match colors in order to score points.
Okay.
The biggest sets of colors, connecting colors.
Continuous connecting, yes.
Yeah, gets more points and stuff.
Okay, so the rules state that the oldest player goes first. That is not me, so Jen's up.
Oh, you're so funny. Boom.
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 Padow.
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 Boom.
Is that really what you want to do?
Yeah. Pretty
Like, are you sure?
No, not really.
You're pretty confident that's not what you really want to do? Yeah? Okay. That did not work out the way I wanted to. Flip it. There we go. Padow.
So I can do this? Or can it only do one? Can I just put it there?
Yeah, it says one or more shot. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
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 Alright. My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when it comes for you?
Boom. Your time.
Boom.
Boom. Here comes the boom. There goes the boom.
Boom. Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Great.
You don't want to do that.
I do.
No.
I just did.
You don't want to.
Boom.
Fine. Alright. Let's see here. Boom. Your time.
Boom.
I don't like you.
I know. Bad thing about these cards, they're kind of see-through.
No, they're not.
I know what's in the middle on both your cards.
What's in the middle?
Yellow with poison and red.
Cheater.
I'm saying they're kind of see-through.
It's a prototype.
I know.
Alright,
Why you gotta poison my yellow like that, guy?
Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, so now we score. Okay, so now it's time to score. I have green and purple, which is worth 1 point, and red, which is double. Okay, so with the red, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15, 18, 19. I have 38 points. Jen has 38 points. So then we go to green. There's 3, 6. Actually, this would be the longest continuous. So we have 3, 6, 7 for me. 8, 9. 9 for me. Jen does not have green. For blue, Jen would get 6.
And Barry poisons my yellow.
So her yellow is worth nothing.
Well, I can get yellow here, which is 3 points, but it doesn't really help.
Alright, so 3. So what's your score, Jennifer?
44, 47.
I have 52. Jen has 47. I have 52. So Barry wins the game.
But if you hadn't poisoned me, you would have been down.
It's a strategic,
I know.
colorful game.
I know.
get gaming, have fun. Thanks for watching.
I like Hue.
Okay, folks, so today we did Hue, the colorful tile laying game. Now this is at a level 2 difficulty according to the Die Pips intermediate. What did you think about it, Jen?
Well, the first time we played it, I just basically kind of skimmed. Well, I read the rules, but then I didn't read the final scoring.
Right.
So, I totally lost.
Yes.
But once you read the instructions, it's so much easier. I like it. It's good. Because, you can change it up with what your goal card is, because you don't pick that till last. So, it's all strategy that you're doing and, trying to get the best score for yourself. Unless somebody like Barry throws down a poison card.
Well, yeah, I like that there is that kind of interaction where you're blocking the next guy or you're chaining off of their continuous line of a color. And then you could also just cover certain parts of a card to, block them from completing the continuous line there. So there is a few choices, to make it. There's a couple things you got to think about when you're playing. I would like to see how this plays with more players. I think it would be tougher. You'd have to be a little more strategic with it, with the full complement of 5.
Yeah, but it is fast because with 2 players, you're only getting 5 cards, 6 total with your poison card. So, it's a quick game. It's fun.
Yes, and with more players, you get less. I think it's 4 and 5. You get 5 cards total. 4 for the colored cards, and then 1 poison card. Okay. So yeah, I don't think it'll be a long game no matter what the player count is. It says 10 minutes, and I'd say that's about right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a quick little filler that gives you some interesting choices to make. And you said you liked this one a good bit.
I did. Pretty colors.
Yeah. Now in the video, the playthrough video, Jen mentioned that she could see what my secret gold card was through the card. These are prototypes, and the final product will be thicker card stock, and the tuck boxes will be thicker tuck boxes and stuff like that. So the final product will be better quality components. These are all made by Chris himself,
and I think they're pretty good too.
Yeah, they are. The artwork on them is pretty good on all of them. Yes, and I believe Fly, he actually did the illustrations himself.
Oh wow!
There's a couple of them. I forget all of them, but there's a couple of them that other people did, and I'm pretty sure Fly was one that he did himself. So that was Hue. It's one of the 4 games up on Kickstarter for Chris Handy. If you're interested, back it. He's going for $6 a game, including shipping. And the more money that's raised, the more games he'll put out. He has a few stretch goals, after he reaches a certain limit. First one being Taj, a rug of war game. Which
we played a little bit.
Yes, I don't want to put that.
So, okay, if I go to Kickstarter, do I look Chris Handy up, or do I Pack O Games, or just the game name itself? What do I search for?
Well, if you're on Kickstarter, you go to Pack O Games. You can do that in the search engine. I'm going to leave a link underneath this video. I don't know how Chris is going to handle it. If he's going to put these videos up on the page itself or not. I don't. Okay. Yeah. But yeah. So that's Hue, the first game in the Pack O Game lines. Thanks for watching. Get gaming. Have fun. See you next time.